What's happening, good people? Welcome to the Wealth 100 Show. I'm your host, George Gilmore, and it's go time. Listen, guys, each week we bring on six-figure professionals and entrepreneurs who are winning in life and business. If you're ready to take your life to the next level, you found the right place. I need you to get into the room right now, guys. I'm putting you in the room with winners that will help push you towards your dreams. Finally, if you want to grow your business, grow your network, and live your dreams to the fullest, I encourage you to apply to the Wealth 100 Mastermind at thewealth100.com, where lives are being transformed through self-development and access to wealth-building opportunities. Welcome to the Wealth 100 Show. Let's go. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Wealth 100 Show. I am your host, Mr. George Gilmore. Got my guest, Mr. Jonathan Best, in the building again.
What's up?
What's up, my friend? What up?
Glad to be back.
Look, listen, guys, we had John. Listen, you heard me say, listen, guys, already screwing up. Hey, guys, we don't do cuts in here. We just keep going. Listen, guys, hey, we had Jonathan here before. Jonathan is a good friend of mine. He is with Barr and Barr Construction. The last time he was here, he was with Sammy Corporation, but he's now with Barr and Barr. He's moved on from the last position he was at as the Director of Preconstruction and Diversity and Inclusion Director for Barr and Barr out of New York. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
talk to me a little bit about the move in this new position, man. We're going to talk a little bit about real estate and mindset today, guys. So talk to me about the move. Well, I ain't going to say what inspired the move. I know you moved. Talk to me about this new move.
So, being in corporate America and just working in corporate America, you can get complacent. You can hit the easy button. I knew every year at Summit, I'm going to land $50 to $100 million worth of work. Mm-hmm. And, it's going to happen. I have the relationships as long as we execute the projects. And I think Barr and Barr came and sought me out at a right time where I was ready for a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And so now I have the responsible for the entire Mid-Atlantic region on my shoulders. And so I think it was a great time to move and take that next step. But I tell people it wasn't just for me, it's a next step for all minorities in the construction industry.
Talk to me about, you say Mid-Atlantic. What is that? What is Mid-Atlantic for Barr and Barr?
So it's depending on who you talk to, but Mid-Atlantic for Barr and Barr is South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, DC, maybe Philly. But right now we're focused on North Carolina, the entire state. It's a lot of work. It's a great time to be in North Carolina. And so we're going to use our expertise to bring some of what we have to North Carolina because of all the opportunity here right now.
Talk to me about pre-construction director. What does that job entail?
Different companies entail different things. I do not do estimating like I used to do, but more so client engagement. So I'm with the client from conception till we're ready to start construction. And even when we start construction, I'm moving on as a project executive, just overall oversight of the project. So in pre-construction, scheduling, putting the pricing together, the subcontract relationships, working all of that, and then taking that to the client in the form of an estimate. And as we're going to our guaranteed maximum price, or what we call a GMP. Okay.
As the director of diversity and inclusion, what are you doing in that space?
I mean,
you got a new job coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, wherever you guys are. What do you do? What are you looking for?
So it's twofold. It's supplier diversity. So that's all my trade partners and things like I've been done. But it's also got another twist to it, George. It's internal hiring. I'm going to be up at Morgan State next week talking to their construction management department, looking for those minorities that's eager and ready to get into the construction industry. Again, construction is dominated by Caucasian males.
Okay.
And so minorities are anybody who's not a Caucasian male. And so we want to really get diverse, have a good, diverse, and represent the communities that we're working in. And so that starts with me. A little new to doing the internal and HR diversity, but I'm going to get some training and listen to some books and take some classes, and we're going to be ready for it.
So tell me so you've taken this position. Are you still located in Raleigh?
I'm still
the Raleigh-Durham market. What do you anticipate doing in this market?
In this market, in 5 years, if we're doing about 200 to 250 million a year.
So you're telling me that office is doing zero at this time?
Zero.
And you plan to take it to 200 million out of that office?
Out of that office, yeah.
That's incredible, bro. That's incredible. So I want to talk a little bit about. We'll get back to the corporate side, but I want to talk a little bit about. I know one of the things that you're passionate about is affordable housing. Yeah. Talk to me about your outlook on affordable housing right now. What is it that you're seeing? Why do we need it? Some of the elements around affordable housing.
I think right now, especially in North Carolina, Raleigh, Charlotte, and Fayetteville, some of these other markets, either two things: you're either rich and have money, or you're poor. And so,
it seems like that.
You're looking at some of these houses, man. I was searching the other day. You're talking about $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 houses. Mm-hmm. You're talking household incomes of $200,000 plus.
Right.
That's not your everyday person.
Right.
But your everyday person isn't homeless. Mm-hmm. That's another problem. But affordable housing is important for our main, what I call the teaching basis kind of careers.
I got you.
Teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMS. Those careers where they're good careers, they're longevity type careers. They're not necessarily the highest paying careers. Those people need to be able to own and afford a house as well.
Okay, so let's take a market like yours. You're in Raleigh. Mm-hmm. Raleigh, to me, is similar to Atlanta as far as pricing. It feels like that right now. I think the median price in Raleigh now is at $420, $411, something like that.
Yeah.
So how does a teacher find affordable housing in Wake County, North Carolina?
So you got to think 80% AMI in Raleigh.
Explain that for the AMI for the audience.
Area median income.
Okay.
It's still a house that's like $320,000.
That's what they can afford. That's teacher, what they should be able to afford.
Okay, so let's just take a teacher at, let's say, call it $50,000.
Yeah.
Police officer, let's call it $60,000. Mm-hmm. That's $110,000 household income. That's at the top of their affordability scale at 320.
320. They out the game at 320.
They kind of out the game. And so, we need people that are building houses and able to sell them at 300, 250. You start really thinking about 30%, 40%, 50%. You need to be down at 175, 180.
So as a professional in the industry, I don't know how you solve this particular problem, particularly with the cost of land in most of the cities.
So it's solved through partnering with municipalities on land.
Okay.
A lot of times when you're looking at affordable housing, the municipality has some land somewhere. It's probably not that desirable.
Okay.
So what has to happen is the municipality kind of donates the land to a developer with some restrictions that, hey, you're going to build a house. We'll give you the land. We'll put the water tap, sewer tap in. And you got to sell this house for $200,000, which could be 60% AMI.
Okay.
And that's important because you can't do affordable housing without some kind of subsidy. So let's just say we are at the 320. Is the municipality providing down payment assistance? Mm-hmm. What is the municipality doing to help subsidize it? And you really need that subsidized piece of it, because if not, you couldn't make it affordable, and the developer would basically be doing it at a loss.
At a loss. So what are some of the negative aspects you see of not having affordable housing in markets?
You're pushing your teachers, your firefighters, your law enforcement, some of your key workers, EMS, further and further away.
Okay.
So let's just say I got to live in Rocky Mount. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong living in Rocky Mount, but I'm a teacher in Raleigh.
Gotcha.
That's 45 minutes.
So you're pushing them out 45 minutes to an hour outside of the city.
They have kids, they have families.
Wow.
You think you got to be to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I mean, George, your wife's a teacher. She's leaving the house.
Yeah.
She's in another county, but I think she's by choice.
Yes. 6:30.
6:30. Think about school is out at 3. Mm-hmm. Teachers is usually in there for another hour after the kids. So she's not leaving till 4. She got to pick up her family, kids. And most teachers are families, have kids. They got to cook and do all this stuff at 7, 8 o'clock.
Right.
So you're pushing your people further and further away.
So the quality of life is really
being impacted. Some of the negatives is you're not collecting as much tax Because, the apartments and you're collecting the taxes off that, but you don't have as many
not housing based though. Yeah, because they are building so many apartments. It's insane.
It's too many apartments.
It's insane. You see the number of apartment complexes going up right now. Talk to me about. I'm excited about this new multifamily program that Fannie Mae has come out with. It's I think it comes out November 18th. Fannie Mae, 5% down for 2 to 4 units, primary residence. Explain to the audience about that particular program, what you know.
Listen, guys.
Not listening, guys.
Everybody stop and listen. This piece right here, what Fannie Mae is doing, will revolutionize real estate and make more people wealthy and millionaires than probably any other thing outside of multi-level marketing. Mm-hmm. Used to, for a multifamily unit, even if it was going to be your primary residence, you couldn't get the 5% down.
Right.
Now, Fannie Mae is saying, hey, because we need the units, if you're going to have multifamily, we'll give you 5% down. So, for example, let's say you build 2 1,200 square foot units. Mm-hmm. That's going to cost you about $300,000.
Okay.
You live in one. You can rent out the one. Now you only need $15,000 down versus $30,000.
$15,000 to come into it.
Yep.
And you renting out the other side. So you're basically almost living.
You kind of live
close to free, almost.
Because you can rent that 3-bedroom, 2-bath side for about $1,500.
That is true.
Depending on your market, $1,200 to $1,500 a month.
Right. Are you guys listening to that?
And it only has to be your primary residence for a year.
I was going to say, how long is it? A year?
It's a year.
It's a year. That's what I wanted to know. So technically, someone could say a young person, a young professional or whatever, making $75,000, $80,000. Certain markets could build a 2-unit or a 4-unit. Because let me give some of the numbers.
2 to 4 units, yep.
On a 2-unit, you can go up to $929,850. A 3-unit, $1,123,900. A 4-unit, $1,396,800 maximum. But as a young person, you could technically buy your first, instead of buying a home per se for $400,000, go build you a 2-unit for $300,000
or
$400,000. Build you a 4-unit, depending on where you are. Move in one of them, rent out the other 3, stay 1 year, turn around, do it again, because it has to be. It's not a first-time buyer thing. It just has to be your primary residence at the time.
Rent that 4-unit out, or you could sell it. It's a lot of investors in the market looking for somewhere to put their money. I think we may hit on that a little bit about a lot of your professionals and their retiring. They got all this cash and what to do with it, but it's a great, safe investment that can make you some serious cash.
It really is a safe investment, isn't it?
People gonna need somewhere to stay.
I'm thinking about building me one and moving. Where's George at? I'm in a quadruplex. I'm telling you, man, it's a good move.
Just make yours more lavish than the rest.
Yeah,
maybe a little bigger, maybe a little nicer finishes. That's your house. And then think about it. When you move out, you can lease it as a premium unit.
Mm-hmm. So I know I was going to definitely. My daughters are of the age of being able to afford. So my daughter just bought her first house last year. I'm like, you might want to keep that house. Now go build you a quad. You know what I mean? You turn around and do it over and over again. About 4 or 5 years, hey, you got 12 units or so. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about opportunities in North Carolina, because there's so much growth. Everybody's asking why we're talking about North Carolina. We're in North Carolina. Growth is everywhere, but talk to me about some of the things you're seeing right now in North Carolina. Because I was in Raleigh the other day with you, and you took me to probably 4 or 5 different billion-dollar projects going on within a 5-mile radius of each other. Yep. I think that's insane.
Yep. So
and a lot of people don't even know. We're just driving through the city. You don't know what's going on.
So we went to the exchange. That's over there. You didn't even know about that one. You was like, "Hey, where that crane?" Oh yeah. I said, "Oh yeah, that's the exchange." Right. You thought it was part of North Hills.
Yeah. I did.
So the exchange. Fenton, North Hills has continued to add on. It's a lot of different ones, but the state budget just passed. So primarily my role, I pursue public work. That means schools, governmental work. $30 billion state budget. And it's a great time to be in North Carolina. Community colleges have money. Your municipalities have money. One thing that I will say is voting season. If you notice, the General Assembly is controlled by Republicans and not going with any affiliation. But when you have the majority, you have the majority to sway what you want.
Okay.
So if it's controlled by Republicans, that means they're going to disperse the money in their neighborhoods and their friends' neighborhood.
Okay.
Everybody get out and vote. I don't care who you vote for,
right,
but get out and vote. If you are upset because your neighborhood or your community is getting underfunded, get out and vote.
I get you.
You need to make sure there's representation that's representing you in the General Assembly. So,
listen, guys, what we're talking about, we want a lot of you, particularly my audience, are entrepreneurs, people in those business spaces, to get into some of this construction money, because it's out here and we're leaving it on the table. Mm-hmm. I want to talk a little bit about some of the line item stuff that we talked about. When we say line items, explain line item from a construction standpoint. So line item is
when you build a project, there are line items, and most people know about the big ticket items: electrical, concrete, masonry, site work. But there are small items like toilet accessories, final cleaning, general trades, flooring, painting. Man, I'm talking to one of my colleagues in the area. He's finna start a painting business. I'm pretty sure he'll be on soon, but these are smaller, lower ticket, less risk items. Okay, let's look at a $35 million dorm. The final cleaning on that contract is about $40,000, $50,000. That's to do all the cleanup, get it ready to move in.
And that's typically interior.
Cleaning the glass, stuff like that. Not the site daily cleanup. Then you have my general trades package where, we're going to work with the superintendent on temp rails, daily cleaning, making sure all the trash and stuff, the forklift. That's a $350,000 package.
Do a deal for me. Somebody out here in the cleaning business, you want to get into construction cleanup interior, do a 300 unit apartment complex. What does that look like for interior cleanup? 300
unit apartment complex, you're probably talking, because each, you're going to have like a rough clean. That's when you get your CO. Then they're going to come back and do their punch list, and then you're going to have a final clean. Let's make it easy. You're talking, let's call it $350 a unit.
Okay. $350.
$350 a unit. 350 and 10 is 35,000. Another 10 is 70,000. Another, 350 and 10 is 105,000. And you're probably talking about this as they're turning units over a year.
Okay, so basically $110,000, $120,000 job for construction cleaning.
And you may come out there and do a block of 8 units at a time. So,
And what's crazy? When I was in college, I had a construction cleanup company, interior. Man, if I used to make a killing doing that, man. And I gave the company, I just stopped doing it. But I was doing it. I was at Fayetteville State University, and I did quite a few apartment complexes, man. The new ones, when they were going up, it was a good business. So very low overhead.
You don't have to have the big ticket items. There's a lot of low ticket items. A paint project on a $30 million project is about $350,000, $500,000.
$500,000. Painting. That's insane. But I want the audience, I want some of you guys to look at some of these line item jobs, man. Jonathan is going to be coming on from time to time to give you updates about new things that are happening in the real estate space. Actually, we're going to go in depth on how to go through the process of getting inside of these companies, because that's one of the main things. I think people always hear, well, you said do this, do that, but how do I get into that company? They're looking for you. I'm telling you that now. They're definitely looking for you. Most of the times they don't have enough, particularly minority participation in most of these spaces. I want to talk a little bit about, since you've taken this new position, what has the mindset process been look like for you?
Man, it's totally different.
I remember having somewhat of the conversation before you decided to take the job. What is going on with that head right now, that mind?
As I was transitioning, even thinking about taking the role, I knew getting my health right was important. So I'm down 30 pounds.
I know you have lost weight.
I've been a little slack the last couple of weeks, but I was getting up every morning. When I was at my previous role, I was focused on business development, and I was focused on diversity. And I was good in my little niche. Now I'm focused on the entire health of the business.
Okay.
Getting to work, contracts, risk, personnel, hiring, firing. I mean, we had to kind of let go somebody like my second week or something like that. You're involved in these conversations. And, I'm from Kinston, North Carolina, in a Caucasian male dominated industry, getting the respect, understanding how to lead, when to say stuff, keeping stuff in confidentially. Right. It's tough, you know. Again, this wasn't just about me. It was about other minorities in the industry that want to get to positions like me, and me to look on the website, and I'm one of 4 guys on the main face and the only person that looks like me. You know, I take it serious. And so, you know, just changing my mindset, a lot of John Maxwell, a lot of Eric Thomas, you know, understanding that you can't build Rome in a day, and changing your mind to think differently. So a lot of my books go from how to sell, how to close a deal, to how to lead people, how to manage people, how to win from within, how to win in tough times. The economy is kind of shaky, you know. Right now, some of the developers are pulling back. There's a lot of public work. It's a lot of things. It's going to those things, and how to be a couple of steps ahead and plan, and, you know, do business planning. And now, used to, I'm bringing an opportunity and I want to go after everything, but understanding when to say no and a go, no go, because you may not have the personnel. It may not be the right schedule. It may not be the right fit. It's a high risk profile project. So it's just really important. So, you know, I'm changing my conversations, changing the people who I'm constantly communicating with. You know, I'm getting the proper rest, definitely exercise, health, my eating, and it's going to be a good ride.
I like the part where I want the audience to hear, you heard what he said. Now, this guy's operating at the highest levels in the construction space. I'm reading, I'm studying, I'm reading this book, I'm looking at that book. I want people to understand that the learning, the educational part never stops. Most people think once they achieve a certain level, it stops. I'm good. No, you're not good. You're going to always be learning something new to maintain consistency at a minimum.
All the time. I was telling one of my friends just this week, I've been listening to too much music. You know, every time everybody want to get into your car, they want to listen to some music. We want to turn up, and, you know, those things. But I had to get back to my podcast, man. I'm telling you, when you're a leader, you want to win. People can say what they want to say about Floyd Mayweather. I talked about this on my first time.
I think you said you talked it on the podcast.
Floyd can tell you how to be a winner. You can say what you want to say about Kobe. Kobe can tell you how to be a winner. Again, The Last Dance. If you want to know how to win with all adversity, when all the odds are against you, the general manager tell the coach, I don't care if you go undefeated and win the championship, this is your last year. The Last Dance is a good one. I'll tell you another good one. The Redeem Team with Kobe and LeBron. I just want to stay right there for 1 minute. LeBron and Carmelo and them were young. So when you're on the USA team, you out in Vegas at the win. So they partying.
Right.
So they're getting back to the hotel at 4 a.m. Well, guess what? Kobe got his shorts on, his outfit on, his ready to go to practice. So it started everybody working out at 4 or 5 in the morning. Right. Another good one, The Men Who Built America.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of different versions.
I like that series.
The last one I watched was the booze, and tobacco that built America, and it talks about J.B. Duke. Guys, J.B. Duke was the richest man when they did the Sherman antitrust. Luckily, they did, but own him.
He owned America.
You spurned Duke Energy, Duke University, R.J. Reynolds. A lot of companies were spurned, but these videos show you how to win personally and at life.
Let me ask you this: are you seeing a lot more minorities get into the construction space?
We are.
What is that looking like?
I'll say the minorities getting into the construction space is looking good. We have a good stable of minority GC firms. Okay. But I'm seeing more minorities getting into the trade work. Like, I think the biggest masonry company in North Carolina is African American owned. Brody Contractors. You got a lot of people.
I think those are trades that we used to do as a community, and we gave them up. We stopped doing them. And those are needed. Because most of the tradesmen are aging out, from what I understand.
And I'm seeing a lot of technical assistants come back.
Really?
We really need access to capital.
Okay.
You cannot operate construction. So in construction, let me tell everybody, you get paid every 30 to 45 days. And you got to float the jobs. Now, we got some special programs you get paid 2 weeks. But that access to capital is coming back. You know, access to bonding is coming back. Those things that can really help us thrive as minorities.
Are there any particular places you're seeing this access to capital?
Fayetteville State is about to start some stuff through their hub that I'm gonna be involved with. ICAP and the Institute are doing it. I was at a really good seminar where they're talking about ICAP does contract loans. George, you got a $100,000 contract. You need $30K to float. They give you those kind of loans.
Okay.
And it's not a long-term loan where you're getting a $30K over 5 years and you pay it back on 5. You cutting the interest. You got a contract loan, which is the term of your contract.
Okay. I like what you're talking about here, my friend. I like what you're talking about. With our mastermind guys, the Wealth 100 podcast is based on our mastermind group called the Wealth 100. A lot of the guys in there, particularly after our last meeting that you came to, are definitely getting into the trade space, trying to get on some of these line items. I probably got 1, 2, 3, 4 people that I know of that are getting their hub certifications, all those types of paperwork.
Let's stay right here on the hub certification. Everybody listen to me good, especially minorities who's getting their hub certification. When you get a hub certification, that does not guarantee you a contract. They send you opportunities, but you're not guaranteed nothing. Man, I'll give an example with the kind of money that's out here. North Carolina Central right now, this is a free tip. I get paid for telling people this kind of information. They have a contract to do the cleaning of their gym and football stadium.
Okay.
That's not a skilled outfit. Right. All you need is insurance, been in business, and some references.
Gotcha.
That's the kind of money that's out here. I've seen 20 janitorial opportunities over the last 2 weeks. Bigger than that, let's get into just technical service, community engagement, marketing service. I was on the phone with one of my friends. She works at the education ladder. She needs somebody that can do marketing service, can shoot commercials and things. These opportunities are out here. We just got to take advantage of them
and know where to find them
and know
who to talk to. Because most of the time we don't know where to go. A lot of people just don't know where to go.
They don't,
and that's the importance of connecting with these centers on the university campuses also. Because a lot of information come through those. Because matter of fact, I get something from the hub over here at Fayetteville State every week almost. With some type of program coming through.
You got to be plugged in.
Yeah, you definitely got to be plugged in. Listen, man, I'm not going to hold you up. I just wanted to check back in with you, particularly since you just took the new position. We're looking for great things from you, and we're going to get up out of here for today, all right?
All right, George,
listen,
I appreciate it.
I thank you, my friend. Mr. Jonathan Best, y'all check him out. Go to LinkedIn, check him out. Jonathan Best at Barr Incorporated, $1.5 billion construction company out of New York. He is the man for the Eastern United States, Maryland, D.C., Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. You guys looking for small work, big work, Jonathan got the jobs for you. Check him out again. I know you're on LinkedIn. That's what you're a professional guy, so most of the people over there find you over there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Is that good?
I appreciate it, George.
Listen, hey guys, we're going to close out for today. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Wealth 100. If you're interested in participating in our business mastermind, our business and life mastermind, go to thewealth100.com, thewealth100.com. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wealth 100 Show. Today's show has been sponsored by the Wealth 100 Mastermind. If you're ready to join a tribe of winners, if you want to be a part of the best mastermind on the planet, go to thewealth100.com right now and apply. I need you to get into the room right now, guys. Let's go. Thewealth100.com.